Alright, this is Jenna. SAE Formula's newest member. I'm about to take down the competition.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Does Ames' own DIY show. I'm Nick.
I'm Jenna.
And I'm Maggie.
And we're here today with Formula SAE, and we're here chilling at their garage. They're going to tell us a little bit about what they got going on here and the stuff that they build. So like I said, we're here with Joe, Paul, and Nate from Formula SAE, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what exactly we're standing next to. So what is this?
So essentially this is a Formula SAE car made by Iowa State. We are a team of mechanical engineers that essentially build a car from scratch every year. We don't get any sort of kit or starting procedure or anything like that. We build everything from scratch ourselves. The only things that we do not build are the shocks, the wheels, and the engine block. Everything else is student built.
So was this last year's car?
Yep, yeah. This is a car from our 2016 season. This car performed pretty well. We have two competitions we actually attend, and this one was able to 5th place out of 80 teams representing 7 different countries at our biggest competition of the year.
How fast do these cars go?
This one tops out at about 85 miles an hour, but you really don't care about top speed. Basically, this car is designed for autocross track racing, which is like cone tracks. They have features of that in like Marshalltown. We actually took the car before this over to Marshalltown and basically just shattered the record for that autocross track over there.
Design, student built. And for anybody counting speed, it'll hit 60 in 3 seconds.
There you go.
So how long does it take to build one of these things?
Yeah.
It's generally about a semester of design and a semester of fabrication. Doesn't usually work out quite that cleanly, but 1 school year.
Cool.
Awesome. And do you guys do the driving?
Whoever's fastest.
So we're fortunate enough to have several team members that like grew up racing. We have one of our members, Brad Bauer. He's our suspension lead this year. Joey will be suspension lead next year. He was brought up essentially into like dirt track kart racing. We've got another member, our project director. So I'm our technical director. We operate under a project director as well. It's kind of my partner in crime there. He has done dirt track racing since he was a little kid as well. So typically, you know, we take the guys that have prior driving experience because everybody wants to drive.
Would you say that everybody who works on the car has an understanding of like every aspect of it, or are you kind of subdivided onto the, I work on this part of the car and someone else does this?
So some people more than others, but part of the reason we have subsystems is so that one guy can go with his team and learn a whole lot more about one particular subject. Like our aerodynamicist, I couldn't tell you the first thing about the aerodynamics of our newest car, but like he probably couldn't tell you very much about the engine either. So in that we kind of try and make our strength as strong as we can, so to speak.
And the really fun challenge with building any type of car, either it's a road car or a race car, you have to understand how everything impacts everything else. So, you know, I'm a suspension team lead, and we need to know how our downforce and corner works with our suspension. So I need to understand how all that works. Right. I don't need necessarily to know the nitty gritty of it, but I at least need to have an understanding of how everything like that works.
Okay.
So could I drive one of these to work?
Not quite.
You might get into some trouble. You can try.
So basically, this is where we're at with CR22 so far. CR21 is the car we just showed you. CR22 is right now in its manufacturing phase. We've completed all our design work, and this is what we've got so far for the chassis or the frame of CR22. When you're going to build a vehicle in 1 year, starting from essentially scratch, we use as much as we can that worked well from previous vehicles. So obviously, this is a very similar vehicle to 21 and 20 here. Okay. But we always run into issues. We can always make it better. We can always make it lighter. So those are things we look into every year.
Everything is put into one nice, comfortable geometry and 3D printed. Keeps everything lightweight, and it's a very efficient way to kind of hit a bunch of birds with one stone. We used to have these as separate tanks that were TIG welded out of aluminum, and when you've got 3 tanks with a bunch of weld bead going around them, that starts to add up a lot in weight.
And when do you need to have this done by? I assume like your next competition, right?
Yep, exactly. So in the past, we've actually gotten vehicles done, you know, by pulling 3-4 all-nighters immediately before competition, getting wings done. We actually had a really hectic year this past year with 21. Was basically the wing molds we had spent, you know, hundreds of hours machining were actually destroyed in the essentially baking process of the carbon fiber. You have to bake it. Oh. So that set of wings was made in about 6 days, which is very, very unorthodox. So we're trying to avoid that.
we're much more organized.
Yeah, that's, you know, with an understaffed team like that, it's just difficult to try and plan things so far ahead. You know, you always run into issues. Everybody that goes into engineering will understand that. And basically, the next process for this will be assembly after powder coat. And then we're going to move toward our first competition, which is in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And the first day of that competition is May 31st. So
Okay.
that's when we'll have to essentially be ready to go by.
And you do 2 competitions, right, per year?
That's correct. The next one is the third week in June, and that's in Lincoln, Nebraska. Yep.
The switch, we've got that on right now. Here's your fuel pump switch to turn that on and allow the engine to run. You've got an hour meter down here showing how long the engine has run, essentially the lifetime of the engine.
Okay.
And over here you've got a drag reduction system switch to say automatic is, it will read off the computer, whereas manual, you can see your steering wheel just lit up there. If you push that, the flaps will actually move on the wings.
Cool.
Then you've got your dash cluster here showing battery voltage. You've got your temperature of your water. You've got your brake pressure difference. You've got your engine speed as well as the vehicle speed. And then over here you've got an emergency stop as well as a start switch. So that'll immediately click off in the event of an emergency.
Cool.
Clicks right back out.
Awesome.
All right, so thanks for joining us. And if you're interested in looking more into SAE Formula, or if you want to read more about them, see more about them, you can visit them online.
You can find our website by Googling Iowa State Formula. Check us out on Instagram at Iowa State SAE or Facebook at Cyclone Racing.